Hello Airbenders, I'm Melanie Florence and this is Miss Melly Flo's Bud Life. So this is the weekly hot tea for the Air Peeps. So it's a little bit delayed. I got a new job Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday I thought I would, take a rest, which is when I normally put them out, and lo and behold, Friday I had a cracker of the day. So they're a little bit late. Saturday. But this week we're going into Saturday party time. So I have a few different decks I've got on the table. And I always do this. I've got a few different decks because I received a lot of decks this year. Like when I wanted to expand my collection, it was like, pow, I had friends that are like, here, have some decks. So I'm really grateful for the abundance of how this has worked. So I get to share a whole heap of different decks on this channel with this to go along with my Greenwood Tarot, which I've been reading for 25 years. So what I'm going to do is draw some cards from the other decks that I've got on the table first, and then I'm going to do the Greenwood reading, which is a 5-line reading, which is 5 for how we got here, 4 for 4 for your healing element, 3 for your how you apply it to the world, 2 for your partnerships, and 1 for self-love. So it's a reading that sort of came about just before I started this. I'd not seen it before, and for some reason that's the way that the spreads have been going. Anyway, so without further ado, so I do have a lot of decks in this box. So I do have a competition. I am giving away a whimsical bitch oracle, which I should have in my hand right now. It's a really edgy deck. It is really quite funky. It's a new aged by Amethyst Black. She's got Sage Circle on YouTube if you're looking. And if you could guess how many decks I've got in that box, I will send it to you. I'll give you a whimsical bitch oracle. I'll put it on the next video. I need to remember to get it out. So I've drawn one from the the Dreamtime reading cards by Laura Bowen. So what have we got? We've got the Sun. Okay. All right, we have just gone into Sagittarius. So we are in the fire element. We are in an up fire element. The Sun being our strength, being our, and this one's saying fertility. What do we got? 34. I'm going to read it from the book. These are new to me. So I want to actually tell you exactly what they say, not just guess, right? So in some Aboriginal cultural groups, the Sun, rather than being associated with masculinity, is described as feminine. The Sun was considered as the great mother, the giver of life, of warmth, the nourisher of the earth. Often these groups were matriarchal, we're going to go, societies where knowledge was passed down from mothers to aunts and to the next generation. The Sun is associated with warmth and nurturing, fertile womb, and the mother, the one that brings birth, one that births new life. The Sun promises a second chance. It is a warming, a reminder of tomorrow is another day. In the morning, the sun will rise and a brand new day will begin, full of potential and warmth. Australia is a harsh continent that is often affected by long periods of drought. At its most dangerous, the sun can burn dry out and kill livestock and leave the landscape barren. This is a reminder that it is not possible to live continuously in the light and the warmth. You must also spend time in the darkness of night, the cooling retreat of the shade. Often the best times to benefit from the sun are connected to the sunrise and the sunset. These times when the sky glows with colour are a very special time for personal reflection and promise. Alright, so we're seeing her as a mother energy. We're seeing it as a warm, fertile strength that warms our bones, that vitamin D that we need for our life. And so, if you're a bit soul searching at the moment, I would think that it's saying to get up and go and see a sunset and a sunrise. And there's a nice strength inside of that. That's a nice passionate strength for us to work with in Sagittarius. Excellent. So I'm going to do as a Australian wildcard flower. The wildcard flower. Australian wildflower. See, bit scattered. This week I'm a bit scattered. Okay. What do we got? Australian wildcard. Ooh. that's interesting. I saw one drop. You saw one drop. That's interesting. You've got a second Dreamtime card. I don't even know where that came from. I'm sure. Oh, I did lose. I literally got a second Dreamtime card though. Give me 1 second. It's going right out under my table. What a game. Okay, so what have we got? If we've got the carpet snake that has come out as well, which is about home. Let's have a look at what the Dreamtime, what it says about that. Carpet snake 6. Home. All right. So to go with our sun, which is our mother, we've got this home, fertility. Okay. There will be days when the pressures of being in the outside world seem too much, when you feel like curling up in bed. The carpet snake reminds you that life always appears better after a nice long sleep and getting some food in your belly. Everyone needs time out occasionally, and the carpet snake encourages you to curl up somewhere safe and take it easy. If you have been busy lately, the carpet snake tells you it's time to relax and enjoy a quiet time in a place you feel safe. Okay. So we've got a little bit of a retreat in there. And if you feel like taking a retreat into your cave, that's okay. You're allowed to take a couple of days out to retreat. If you just want to go lay in the park, in the sun, all right, and not be involved with anybody. My fringe has got its own life today, right? Every day. And so, yeah, this is time to take actually a little bit of a retreat to you and actually take that time to, for your own fertility, for your own growth inside of you. All right, so Australian wildflower reading cards. All right, so what's jumped out of there is Sturt Desert Pea. All right, South Australia. It's been down in lockdown. What do we got? The Sturt Desert Pea. Okay, what does it say? Let go. Something needs to be released. It's time to move on to the next phase with a new vision and understanding. Hurts from the past might be resurfacing now. This is our retreat. All right, air people. Hurts might be from the past, maybe resurfacing now. In order to progress, acknowledge this and work on the issues that come up. Now can be a time of very powerful emotional growth. Someone or something may let you down, but don't take it personally. You do not know all the facts. As the challenge of the Sturt Desert Pea warns of deep emotional hurt, of repeating patterns from the past that cause you sadness. As a healer, there is no more powerful flower than the Sturt Desert Pea to support emotional healing on all levels. Okay. So it might be that things have been coming up. There might be things that you haven't dealt with in the past, and you know what? They're going to come back. If you leave something go, it's going to come back and slap you. If we don't deal with it in the now, it's going to come back, and we're going to have to deal with it later. And sometimes it's bigger, right? Sometimes it's like when you've had time to rest and you've had time to clear and you're doing all right and everything on the physical plane, something comes on an emotional plane just to remind you that you haven't dealt with this. And I guess that's all part of our healing, and that's all part of us growing. So there's a time out inside of this for you guys. Things have come back, air people, and it's time for you to maybe rest for the things that have gone on from the past. You know, really take that retreat. Why not? You're allowed to. You don't have to be on all the time, air peeps. All right, so what have we got from the Spellcasting Oracle? Spellcasting Oracle. We got beauty. All right, so this is, you know, enjoy the beauty of you. Take the time. Enjoy the curves and the lumps. And this is sort of a self-love card. You know, we've all got a little bit of something that we're picking on ourselves and we've been hurting. And so this card is saying take that time. You know, take the time to see your beauty. Take the time to, you know, contribute to you. And what you see is beautiful in life. And you know, sometimes we have to stop so we can appreciate what's going on. So, sort of bit of self-love for you guys this week. Bit of self-love for you guys this week. All right. So, from the Earth Magic deck. This one's been long this week. If you're still here, thank you very much. They've been they're a bit charged, so they were long. Okay, Earth Magic. I try to rush them sometimes and make them like 15 minutes so that they're palatable for people who only want 15 minutes, but sometimes they're longer than that. Okay, so we've got Stone People come out of the Earth Magic deck. So this is about vigilance. you know, I guess this is about, you've got a lot, this is sort of really saying to me that it's time for you to bring back and find the traditions of you and the vigil inside of you, you know, to really stand strong and stand vigil in your life and take that, you know, sometimes endurance is actually a real strength to be able to stand strong in yourself. Like, and so this is saying time to take back perhaps some of the energy you've been putting out to everybody else and put into yourself, people. So I'm going to give you one from the archetype decks. 2 came out last time. So I just really like this. It's really the opposite to my Greenwood deck. It's really modern. It's really modern. So because we've all got these archetypes, it's really what the tarot deck is about. Like all the archetypes of our lives so that we can be. All right, that one's out. Oh, the sword. All right, the sword of justice, the sword of Excalibur, the sword in the storm that cuts the light in the day, the night and the day. We've got our sunrise and our sunset inside of this card, and really we're talking about air people, so this is very interesting. So this is going to be about your justice. This is really, you know, taking a strong mind. This is really, you know, setting your path and seeing the light in the dark and cutting through the bullshit is what I keep feeling. It's about cutting through the bullshit. Things are going to come through the past and you've got to cut through the bullshit. Alright? Cut through the bullshit. Nice. Air people, air benders. Alright, so I'm going to do this 5-line spread. So I have been like showing you everybody the cards on the table, but today I'm just going to run through it and I'm going to show you as we go. I'm going to chat with you about them. Let's see what we got. So we've got the seer. So this is how we got here. So the seer is the high priestess. This is a really like strong, like she's not whimsical. She is a mystic. She is an oracle. She is attuned to herself. She has taken the time to, you know, really lift above the material realm. That's not her concerns. She's not concerned about money. She's concerned about her spirit. She's concerned about her soul. So this is really connecting on a very feminine level with that mystic part inside of us, that mystic feminine, the feminine divine female. All right, so how we got here. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. Things keep turning. The seasons change. This weird, the world has changed, you know, and we're at different points on it. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, you know, but what this is going to do is it's going to keep on turning this Wheel of Fortune. What the colours in that? See that there's a cloak he's weaving. That cloak, that's your colours, and you get to decide what you hold on to and what you let go, and what you're gonna, you know, pick up and what you're gonna let go. You know, how long do you weave that into your cloak? And sometimes it's time to let go. So the Wheel of Fortune, you know this, it's time, and you've had a spiritual journey, and there's been a big change in your path, like, and it's been driven by divine things. Alright, so this is also this is the Guardian. So the Guardian is, you know, it's really about how we take our path through our darkness, right? And it is how we work on, you know, not being frightened of our past, not being frightened of what, you know, things. It's like being sure of what your path was, that you know, that you built your steps correctly, that you built one step and you firmed that, then you built the next step and you firmed that. You don't fall back from that. You know yourself. You're not to be frightened of the Guardian as you go through. It's like, as long as you know what you've done, this is the devil's in the details sort of stuff. You know what you've done. All right, so big. They're all upper arcana cards. Air Peeps, big things. How we got here today. Oh, yeah. All right, and this is soul searching. Look at this little page. This could be a Fire People's child. Pages of children, and we're in wands, fire, but this is a really searching, ferreting sort of energy. It's this big ferret that's running over here, and it's looking for inspiration, and it's looking for new, and it's intuition, and it's signs, and it's stuff, and the universe is saying, here, look, this is what the seer has been looking for. I've got more signs for you. I've got, you know, this really ferreted spirit, fun little spirited energy, like, coming my way. All right, so, and one more. What do we got? Creativity, Air Peeps. So this can be about how you create your money. This can be, we go from the 2, which is the challenge, of that physical challenge, where we go to the 3, which is like, you know, are we going to be creative? So this could be that you take on creative endeavors, Air Peeps. It might be time that you actually that you're not working on it for money, that you might want to create, right? And so this could be painting, this could be taking up a hobby, this could, you know, taking something and can I make money out of it? You know, taking something a little bit further. But it's usually, this is, you know, that step of a hobby or the beginning of a course, but it's really about but it's being creative with your money. It's budgeting. It's making sure that you spend it the right way. It's getting something for yourself out of it. But this is the funner side of, you know, when we get to the 8, it's about skills. It's about trade. It's about applying your skills. This is about being a little bit more fun about how we apply ourselves. So you could be a bit creative. It's good for in a fire element. That could be, you know, stay at home and do some beading. Okay, my sister's an air sign. She does beading. Anyway, she should do beading if she needs to sit down and spend some time to herself. She's really good at it. Alright, so 4 cards for our healing element. What's going to heal us? Ooh. Alright, so Air Peeps. This is an Air Peeps card, Airbenders. This is the Hawk. So he is a driven energy. He is like really looking at things from far. His business, he gets down to business. This is cut and dry. This is not communicating on an emotional level. Like it's really looking about I'm seeking, I'm working, I'm trying to get what I'm getting. You know, I want to be the king of justice. I want to be that king that, you know, that rules that world. But I'm working at getting it. So this can be you, Air People. Or this could be somebody you know. So this could be the physical, that somebody, you know, that's a healing element, that somebody is going to come into your life. That's like that. Or you're going to embody these qualities. That's masculine, feminine, doesn't matter. You're going to embody the qualities of the Hawk. Alright. Oh, I'm going to take that one. So what do we got? Foundation. So this is a new beginning. This is like a new house. This is a new job. This is a, you know, new foundation. This is on the practical level, on a physical level. This is you doing something new. You know, really taking new steps in a new direction on a physical world. You may have moved, but this is really about settling and making your foundation inside of that. And you might be talking about contracts with that, with the Hawk sitting next to that. That definitely could be talking about contracts. You know, really getting what you want out of it, really talking what you want out of it, and really working out what that foundation is, you know, not emotionally, but actually on a real intellectual level. What are we talking about? All right, so two more cards for the healing element. Oh, there. All right, so this deck is wonderful in how it interprets some of these cards. So this really is about really, you know, that the senses of being inside of your emotions, you know, dancing with that. You're allowed to be in touch with your emotions and really, you know, be euphoric and dance in embody and dance in the rivers of life. So this can be a warner of being overindulgent, because you can disconnect from your emotions at that point if you're too intoxicated. But this is really, you know, really touching on those emotions and really, you know, really sensing love and really feeling it quite physically, like, and dancing in the rivers of life. All right. Okay, one more for our healing element. What do we got? Okay, we have death. Healing element. Something has ended. And you know it has. The Wheel of Fortune in the beginning told us that it had. So this is, you know, that real cycle of acknowledging that. And you're happy because there's an emotional thing inside here. There's a new foundation with something else. But it's really acknowledging that something ended. But when we have that ending, we are left with our bare bones. You know, we are still left with who we are. When we go into our rebirth, we take those bones and we put them in our pot and we make our new soup of the flavour and the bones of our past. So there's a new life inside of that we give ourselves when we let go of something that has passed. There's an ending. Right? So we knew that the world was turning, but there has been an ending. Right? To go with your new foundation, you had an ending. No, but there's really dancing in it, which is real fun. That's like dancing in the rivers of life. Let me show you these cards. You know, those two cards are sitting next to each other. It's like dance inside of your emotions. You don't get too drunk. Just don't get too drunk. Don't be too sad in there. Okay, so how are we going to apply this to the world? What's been going? What do we do? Bang! Bang! You're going to apply a new faith. It's, you know, this new change that you've been through and these things that you've been ferreting from, and how do you create it? It's just time to go, bang, I believe in it. I believe in my faith. I believe in my passion. I believe in myself. All right, it's time to go, bang, I've got some new inspiration. This Knight of Hawks energy might be bringing you some actual, you know, cutting through the bullshit in this new foundation. Gives you a new power. Gives you a new spark of life. Power, air signs, air people. Power, you're going to ignite. All right, that's how you're going to apply it. There's going to be a passionate new beginning to go with the new foundation, practical new beginning. Stones. All right, 2 more. Okay, so inside of all of this, it's time to retreat. So we've gone through again, and this is the carpet snake. Isn't that fun? I love how this rotates. So this is that. So here we have it. It's a bit of a time to retreat. It's time for the hermit. So I easily hermit because I love ancient history documentaries. And I love to research shit that's got nothing to do with my life. And I delve into books, and I've got projects that are always on the go. But the hermit is really about, you know, this tree is you in the world tree. You know, this is your path, and this is time to take time out for you. And it's really important that you do inside of this, because it's got to do with your passion. You know, it's all right to retreat from the world. You don't have to be on for years on end. You're allowed to actually pull back and go, I need to give this to me. I need to think more about me. I've had some big changes go on. All right, so one more card for how we got here. Okay, so this is your pole star. This is your wish. This is about getting your wish. This is wish fulfillment. This is Aquarius. This is an Aquarius card, but this is, you know, thinking outside and dimensionally trying to work out and manifest how you get what you want outside of this, you know, outside of this desk. This is wish fulfillment. You know, you've got a lot of strength and a lot of stuff that's gone on, but you need to take time to retreat to yourself so you can have this passionate new beginning, so that you can work up what your pole star is, so you can get your wish. Concentrate hard on it. All right, 2 more for your partnerships and 1 for self-love. Let's go. These ones are long this week. All right, partnerships. All right, this is a bit of player energy, if ever there was. Sagittarius, here we are, and we're in that. So we've gone from the stoic witches and our little ferrety, passionate energy all around us to this is the next step. This is, you know, for the masculine energy inside of it. But this is really, you know, still ferreting around. This is still looking for what they believe in. This is still looking for, you know, that divining rod. They're still looking for the divine emotion inside of it that really connects to inside of their passion. So you might find that you're just finding a lot of things attractive, and that's all right. It could be you that's the player. You could be involved with the player. You might have a fire sign element person come into your life. But this is a really, player is a real strong energy in there, as in that it's not connecting itself to the emotional world. And the reason they're saying that is because it's connected to the spiritual world. They're not trying to connect to, you know, their emotions. They're really trying to find the things that they believe in and look again and look again and look again. So it's not necessarily player. It's really inspired, looking out for other energies and sort of stuff, but isn't necessarily going to commit to you on an emotional level. There. All right, so it's getting a bad rap. I just want to explain that. So, 1 more. But you could have a really inspired, sort of passionate person in your life just there. And the green woman. So this is the outside balance. So this is a person, this is a woman that really knows herself. She's up for something fertile. She's up for that rebirth. This is that labyrinth that leads us in. This is our labyrinth that leads us in our path. You know, we're communicating ourselves. She's a Venus card. This is a Virgo card. Alright, so this is the Empress. We've gone from the seer being, you know, the seer being our high priestess, to the Empress sitting on the deck. You become the strongest. This is a strong, earthy woman. This is very intoxicating. This is very sexually, very sensual. Alright, so there's a very sensual, passionate thing going in here, in your, inside of your partnerships in here. Alright, 1 more for your self-love. Oh, okay. This is passionate, virile energy. This is strength, and this is power. This is the power of yourself. This is you taking your passion, taking your energy, taking your spark of life, your new foundation, really dancing inside of all of this. You know, and so taking this time for the hermit and to retreat is about sort of internalizing that power, you know, and really bringing it into yourself. So I really hope you like these readings. They're a little bit longer than what I normally do. I try to keep them in 15 minutes. Not this week, apparently. Left them late. Gonna talk heaps. So I hope that resonated. Please hit like and subscribe. I would love to hear from you if you make something in the comments, say something. And I really hope that you have a great week. I'll catch you later, Airbenders. Ciao.